The first time Mira saw the old Carapayal house, it was wrapped in monsoon clouds, half hidden behind towering coconut trees. She had returned to her ancestral village after 18 years to claim the ancient property left behind by her grandmother. The villagers warned her not to stay there. They said the house woke up when it rained. Mira didn't believe in superstitions. She was a rational, city-bred architect. A house was a house: bricks, timber, tiles, history, nothing more. But Carapayal house was not a house. It was a mouth waiting to breathe. As she crossed the rusted gate, the wet earth released a strange metallic smell. The house rose from the mud like a creature stretching after long sleep. Green moss clung to its walls. Every window was shut. Every door was swollen from rain. Inside, darkness pooled in corners like thick smoke. Mira lit her torch. The beam caught old portraits of dead relatives, but their eyes were ruined, scraped out, as if by fingernails. She shivered. Her grandmother's old caretaker, an aged woman named Devayani, appeared silently behind her. "You shouldn't be here," Devayani whispered. "The house remembers." "Remembers what?" Mira asked. The woman didn't answer. She simply touched the wooden floor with trembling fingers, murmured a prayer, and left before the first thunderclap. That night, the rain arrived. Heavy, violent. The kind of monsoon downpour that erased sounds and replaced them with its own heartbeat. Mira sat unpacking her bags when she heard the first noise. A soft, slow knock. Not on her door. From under her bed. Her breath caught. She froze, listening. Another knock. Then scratching. Long, greedy scratching. Mira forced herself to pull back the blanket and bend down with her phone light. Nothing. Just empty floor and darkness. The sound stopped, and she laughed nervously, blaming the shifting wood. But as she stood up, water droplets fell on her forehead. She looked up. Her ceiling was opening. A small gap, like a mouth. And from that gap, a single whisper dripped down along with the rainwater. "Mira, you came back." She stumbled backward, heart pounding. The whisper was unmistakable. It was her grandmother's voice. Except her grandmother had been dead for 18 years. Still shaking, Mira grabbed her torch and went to the attic. The stairs creaked under her feet. The door was swollen shut, but one hard push broke it open. Inside, everything smelled of rot and rain. A rocking chair moved gently, though no wind blew. Old trunks lay open, filled with wet saris. But one object stood out, a little wooden box, carved with symbols. It was warm to the touch. As she opened it, a wave of cold rushed out. Inside were 3 items: a rusted hair comb, a silver anklet, and a single photograph of her grandmother, standing beside a young woman who looked exactly like Mira. Her heart dropped. She had never seen this person in her life. On the back of the photo, a line was written. She came back once. The house kept her. Suddenly, the attic door slammed shut behind her. The rocking chair stopped. Everything went still. Then she heard breathing. Not human breathing. Heavy, wet, slow, coming from the far corner. Mira lifted her torch. There was a figure standing backwards in the darkness. Long, dripping hair, mud-soaked clothes, bare feet facing the wrong direction. Mira whispered, "Who are you?" The figure's head turned not the normal way. It rotated slowly, tirelessly, until the face faced her. It was the woman from the photograph, and she smiled with rotting teeth. "You look just like me," the woman whispered. "I waited for you." Mira screamed and ran toward the door, forcing it open. She tumbled down the stairs, breath ragged, and locked herself inside the bedroom. The rain grew violent, slamming against the windows. Then she heard it again, the knocking, under her bed, this time faster, and something was whispering right against the wooden floor. "Come down. Let's talk. Don't run." She pressed her hands to her ears. But the whisper rose from the walls, from the floor, from the ceiling. Voices layering over each other, some crying, some laughing, some calling her name with unbearable sweetness. Mira, 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 open the door. I'm cold. Let me in. Her grandmother's voice, her father's voice, her own voice. She shut her eyes tight, shaking uncontrollably. The room went silent. Then came a sound worse than the knocking. Something sliding across the floor. Something crawling, slowly, steadily. And then, a cold hand touched her ankle. Mira kicked and ran out the front door, barefoot, into the storm. The rain felt like knives. She sprinted toward the caretaker's hut. The Viani opened instantly, as if she had been waiting. You stepped inside the attic, didn't you? The old woman whispered. Mira nodded in tears. Devyani closed her eyes. That house does not belong to the living. It has been keeping souls for generations. Your grandmother tried to protect you. That other girl, she was your grandmother's sister. The house took her. It takes anyone who shares the blood. Mira felt her lungs collapse. Then why did the voices call me? Because the house wants you, Devayani whispered. A loud crash erupted outside. Karapayo House's door was wide open, every window lit with a faint, unnatural glow. And through the rain, Mira saw shadows crawling out, dozens of them, dragging long, wet limbs across the mud, approaching the hut. They know you're trying to leave, Devayani said with shaking lips. Run, now. But as Mira backed away, she heard the voice again, soft, pleading. Mira, please don't leave me. I'm your grandmother. Come home. Mira froze, because this voice, this one was real. She could feel it, warm, alive. She turned. Through the sheets of rain, she saw her grandmother standing at the gate of the old house, smiling gently, like she used to when Mira was 5. Come, Mole. It's cold outside. Devayani grabbed her arm. That's not her. Mira's heart split. She couldn't breathe. The grandmother figure extended her hand. And for a moment, Mira believed. Then, lightning struck. In the white flash, she saw the truth. The figure had no shadow. Its legs were twisted backwards, and its smile stretched too wide, splitting at the cheeks. Mira ran, through mud, through forest, through darkness. She didn't stop until she reached the highway at dawn, collapsing near a bus stand. When locals revived her, she couldn't speak, couldn't move, couldn't return. Karipail House was sealed again. Villagers say it wakes every monsoon, and some nights, when rain falls heavy, travelers hear a woman crying near the old gate, calling softly, Come home, Mira. It's lonely inside.